Taking responsibility for your life is an act of self-leadership. And when I say self-leadership, I mean you owning things, you standing up to things. Welcome to this month's podcast. And today we're going to be talking about self-leadership. Self-leadership. Self-leadership is not about you leading people. Self-leadership is not about you having a title. Self-leadership is you leading yourself. It is you guiding yourself. It is you doing things in the way you are supposed to do it. Because the truth is, before you can lead others effectively, you must be able to lead yourself. Because you are going to be pouring out of your own bowels. And if there's nothing that is there, what you're going to be giving is an empty sound. You're going to be giving an empty sound. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how are you leading yourself? How are you taking responsibility? How are you standing up? How are you owning things? Right. Now, let's look at what is self-leadership. Self-leadership is the ability to take responsibility for your life. Like, as simple as that. The ability for you to just take responsibility for your life. Your thoughts, your actions, your habits, your outcomes. It is having the understanding that you are the sole person responsible for your becoming and the outcomes of your life. You know, I'm sure you must have seen all these posts here and there that before the age of 18, right, you can just really just blame your family. Okay, like the outcome of your life has been determined by your family, the place you grew up and all of that. But then they're saying that the moment you get to age 18, you are the sole person that is responsible for your life. You are responsible for your outcome. You are responsible for what happens in your life, your habits, your actions. You are responsible for it. It is waking up every day and deciding that I'm not going to live my life on autopilot. And when I say autopilot, is you just leaving things to happen just like that. And really, I used to say that when you just live your life, let it just be going like that. Things that are not supposed to come into your life will come into your life. It is having the understanding that there are people whose destiny are tied to yours. Their destiny are tied to yours. So you must decide what you want to do. You must decide how you want to stand up. You must decide how you want to own your life. Because how you own your life is going to show forth. See, the things you've done in the past few years, they are reflecting now. And the things you are doing now will reflect in the future. And that's an act of self-leadership. So how you've been leading yourself thus far is what we are saying now. How you are leading yourself now will show forth in the future. Motivation is good, but then I feel like motivation is like a flame that will go out. It's like a flame. It comes and then it goes. Motivation is good, right? But then when it comes to leadership, it won't take you far. Because it's just like a flame that comes and goes. And the thing with leaders is that leaders don't wait. Leaders move. Leaders decide. I think for me, I've come to understand that when I get to a place, right, I don't, and I say that things are not just going away. I feel like I'm the kind of person that loves things to just be okay. And when I get there, I'm not doing it because of a title or anything. I'm just doing it because I want to get to work. Because I want to get to work. So when you are a leader, right, you are disciplined. You are getting to work. You don't wait on when you feel like doing it and when you don't feel like doing it. And I've come to realize that you see those days when you don't feel like doing it, those days are actually building those momentum that you need for the job. Self-leadership is the difference between you saying that you know what to do and you're actually doing it. Those are two different things. You want to do something and you doing it. Those that don't lead themselves, they know what they want to do. But those that lead themselves, they know what they want to do and they get to it. It is you having dreams, right? And also building that dream. So you are not just having the dreams, right? But then you are standing up. You are building the dream daily. You are building that vision daily. It is you starting strong and you finishing well. Self-leadership, you are starting strong and then you are finishing well. You are getting to it. You are running. Self-leadership is not just in words. It is in action. It is in action. Show me your action, right? And I will tell you the words you have been saying thus far. Show me the actions, show me the results, and I can usually tell you that, oh, these are the things you've been saying. These are the things you've been telling yourself. These are the things you've been declaring. Why do we struggle with self-leadership? Why do you think we struggle with self-leadership? We've read books, we've listened to things. A lot of information is out there. I believe that there are a lot of informations that are out there. So the problem is not that they are not informations. The problem is that we have a lot of informations without actions. So there's chunks of informations out there, but then the actions that are being taken, the informations are like on the scale of 10, but then the actions are on a scale of 4. They can't meet up, and as such you can't deliver what you're supposed to deliver. They can't deliver. So we must move from that point of us just having the information and not taking action. And that's why we struggle, because we have so many information, but then there's no action. Self-leadership is not just about knowledge. It is about alignment. Alignment between what you say, what you believe, and what you do. Self-leadership is an alignment between what you say, what you believe, and what you do. And you know what? Our life, the sum total of our life, is made up of these 3 things. What you say. What do you say daily? What do you say? What do you believe about what you are saying? What do you believe about what you are saying? And what action are you taking about what you believe? What action are you taking? So when those three things are not in alignment, you're not going to get the result you're supposed to get. So when you say you want growth, right, your habit is saying something else. So tell me, how will you produce the result that you're supposed to produce? It can't work like that. So there must be an alignment. There must be a synchronization between what you are saying, what you believe, and what you are doing. Self-leadership is you aligning yourself to what you say, what you believe, what you do. And if there is a struggle, it is actually because these things are missing. So ask yourself, thus far, how have I been leading myself? How have I been leading myself? What have I been saying to myself? What have I been believing about what I say? And what am I doing about what I believe? Let's look at pillars of self-leadership. I want to give us 5 pillars of self-leadership. And the first one is self-awareness. Self-awareness. That is the first component when it comes to self-leadership. Self-awareness. Self-awareness is you knowing your weakness, is you knowing your strengths, is you knowing your triggers. What are the things that trigger you? I've heard someone say that whenever you want to get angry, you want to get angry because it's springing up from your inside. So what do you know about yourself? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? You cannot lead what you don't understand. So if you don't understand yourself, you'll not be able to lead yourself. And if you cannot lead yourself, you can't lead others. So it starts with you leading yourself and you leading others. And in leading yourself, you have to know yourself. So what are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What are your triggers? What gets to you? When are you good with things? I used to say that for me, I can work best in the morning and in the night. I can't work in the afternoon. I can't do a lot of brain work in the afternoon. I definitely cannot. But I can do that in the morning. I can do that in the evening. So what are your strengths? Understand your triggers. Ask yourself, what patterns keep showing up in my life? What are the things that keep showing up? What are the things that I'm saying over and over and over again in my life? Because until you see it, you cannot change it. Until you know your strengths, you know your weakness, you cannot make use of it. So you have to know. You have to know. The second thing I want to give that has to do with components of self-leadership is personal responsibility. Personal responsibility. Self-leaders, they don't blame. They don't blame their background. They don't blame people. They don't blame the situation. They don't put blames on others. They stand up and take responsibility. So, if you have been blaming others for your actions, it means self-leadership is missing. If you have been blaming others, they don't blame their circumstances. They don't blame the happenings that is going on. They don't blame things. They take responsibility. They ask themselves, where did I miss it? What did I do wrong? What is my role in this? What am I supposed to do? What can I do better? What do I need to do now so that I can get what I need to get? Responsibility is not about blame. It is about ownership. And that's what self-leadership will lead you into, about you owning things. Ownership is power. It is power. The third thing I want to give is discipline over motivation. Remember I said it that motivation is like flame that goes away. While discipline, on the other hand, is like layers. You build it gradually, 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 gradually. A bit here, a bit there, a bit here, a bit there, and then it will sum up to what you want to see. But flame, on the other hand, it just comes, wow, and then it goes away. Motivation is not reliable. It's definitely not reliable. It comes and go. It comes and go. But discipline says, I will do what needs to be done, even when I don't feel like it. I'm going to do what I need to do when I don't feel like it, when I don't have all the energy to go for it. Trust me, there are some days that you have all the energy to go for it, and on some days you don't have all the energy, but then you have to tell myself. So now I wanted to write the podcast. When I wanted to write it down, I just told myself that I'm not going to do this until I finish the writing of. I needed to write about 3 of it, and then I just told myself that I'm going to finish this before I do this. So if I was waiting for motivation, I would probably have done the other thing before doing it. So I had to starve myself of something. I thought, I'm not doing this until I finish this. Right? Self-leaders don't embrace excuses, but then they find a way out. They find a way out. They build systems, daily routines, structures, build system, set clear priorities. And that's what discipline will do for you. Discipline will help you to set that priorities right. It will help you to build that structures. It will help you to set that daily goals, that daily routine. And that's what makes you the person you have become. It is not the things that you do once a while that makes you become. It is the thing you do daily that makes you become. I'm sure you've heard this over and over again. But then when you don't take the action, you not see the results that you are supposed to see. The fourth thing that I want to share on the components of self-leadership is vision and direction. If you don't know where you are going, anything will distract you. So you must have a vision for your life. In self-leadership, you must have a vision for your life. What is that vision that you want to achieve? What is in front of you? What direction should you take towards that vision? Self-leadership requires clarity. So what are you building? What are you becoming? Because your daily action will definitely reflect in your future. Your daily action, it will definitely reflect in your future. So what vision do you have? What direction are you taking towards that vision? And lastly on the components of self-leadership is accountability. Accountability. Accountability in a way can just really be tough. But then it is a game changer. I've known people that have told them that, okay, you want to do this, right? I'm going to hold you accountable. And I'm not telling myself that. I think I can actually just build a system around this and just say that, okay, for the next 30 days, you need to do something. I'm going to hold you accountable for you to achieve it. I love to hold people accountable because I believe that when you're accountable, it makes you get the work done on time. Every self-leadership requires accountability. You could get a mentor, you could get a community, you could get an accountability partner. Just make sure that you're accountable. You need something that just calls you up. Because when you are left alone, you are definitely not going to do it. Though there are some persons, right, and I think I'm that kind of person. When I need to do something, accountability still works for me, right? But I feel like I'm accountable also to myself. I know how to get to work when I need to get to work. I am that kind of person. When I need to do something, I know how to get to it and get it done. So accountability will go a long way. Now, I'm going to give you, we've looked at the component of self-leadership, right? That's what you need for you to step into this step. Now, and I want to give you things that you need to do daily that will bring you into that space of self-awareness, that space of vision and direction, that space of accountability. I'm going to now share 5 things that you need, practical steps that will lead you into self-leadership. And the first thing is keep daily promises to yourself. Start small. If you say something, do it. I used to say something that when you say that you're going to do something and you don't do it, it's actually because you don't honor yourself. So if you honor yourself and you say you want to do something, you will get to it because you are honoring yourself. So keep daily promises. Start from where you are. Then the second is create a simple daily structure. It does not have to be much. The problem why people don't meet up with what they say they want to do is because they tend to put a lot of things. I say that there's no competition anywhere. Start small. Whenever I have the opportunity to talk about you studying and all of that, I used to say that I'm not competing with anybody. If they let them say that they've read 100 chapters or they've read 100 books, I'm not competing with them. What I will look out for is that what is your life becoming? You telling me that you've read so chapters, you've read so books. What am I seeing in your life? What picture is your life portraying? So when I see that picture, I can really tell that, okay, I can stay on a verse and I'm okay with it. I will keep reminiscing on it until I become what I've seen in that verse. So create a simple daily structure. What are the 3 things that you need to get done today? What must you do today that is going to propel you into the next? Clarity will remove every form of excuse. So keep daily promises to yourself. When you say you want to do something, do it. Create simple daily structure. Track your actions, which will be the 3rd thing I'm sharing with you. Track your actions. At the end of the day, ask yourself, have I been able to achieve what I say I want to do? At times when I just lie down in the bed, I'll just sort of go through my day reminiscing. I said I want to do this. Did I do it? What are the things that I've set out to do? So I sort of have a part on my phone that has a daily to-do list, and then there's a part of my WhatsApp that at every point I know that I need to get something done. I put it. I'm very good with alarm. I set alarm just so that I don't have to bug my head with a lot of things. So I set alarm that will keep me posted. I needed to have a meeting with someone today for 6 p.m. So I messaged the person and the person was like, okay, I'm good. And immediately I went to set alarm. And funny how when it was close to 6 p.m., I actually remember, and I was looking at it, and I now remember that, oh, I set alarm for this, so the alarm is also going to prompt me. So set alarm, right? Track your actions, and then reduce the distraction, which is the 4th thing. Reduce distraction. What are the things that distract you? Reduce them. Self-leadership requires you to be focused. Take away every form of distraction, and you can actually control it. And if you are in that space where you have a lot of things that are distracting you, it's fine. Start it gradually. Look for it. Oh, this distracts me when I'm doing this, so I need to let go of this. Probably you've been spending 1 hour on that thing and you end up being distracted. Then move it gradually. Reduce your timing, and before you know it, you become better. So look for what is stealing your time. Audit your life. Take away every distraction. Now, in conclusion, in us talking about self-leadership, you are the person that is responsible for the person you become. Others are just like contributors, but you are the main figure. You are the main target. You are the person that, at the end of the day, you are going to give account to yourself. Self-leadership changes you from inside out. It builds a new person in you and transforms you into a new person that your future self will thank you for. Your future self will definitely thank you for the person you are becoming. So how are you building yourself? Self-leadership is not actually glamorous. People will not see the work, right? You are the one that is saying the work, but then it's going to speak for you in the future. At the end of the day, no one is watching you, right? But then at the end of the day, you are both the leader and the follower. So which means that when nobody is there, you are getting to work. When nobody is there, you are moving because it's going to speak for you. So start leading yourself today. One decision at a time. Start leading yourself today. One habit at a time, one day at a time. Because the moment you master self-leadership, everything else begins to align. I agree. The moment you master self-leadership, every other thing will begin to align. So what are the things that really got to you today in this podcast of self-leadership? What components are you looking at? Is it the self-awareness? Is it the accountability? Is it the vision and direction? Which one are you looking at? And what one step are you going to take today that will move you forward into that leader that you want to become? I'm Mayowa-Emmanuel, and I'm so excited to have you on board. I'm so excited to have you on this podcast. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and share it with your community. It will definitely go a long way, and I look forward to hearing from you. I hope you actually step into that space where you begin to lead yourself effectively. Thank you, and see you some other time. Bye for now.